Hello and welcome to Random Draw, a trip through the vinyl archives of WTBR-FM. When WTBR moved to the new facilities here at Pittsfield Community Television, it brought along with it a tremendous asset, its vinyl collection. Numbering nearly 20,000 pieces, including full albums, EPs, singles, and so much more. The purpose of this program is to take you back in time to the early days of WTBR when these records were brand new. I'm your host, David Cachet, and over the last few years I've acted as sort of an archivist of this great collection. Just imagine, if you will, a wall full of records sorted into like cubby holes with about 150 to 200 records in each section. I'm going to be choosing one of these sections to grab records from. I'm going to be randomly selecting records off the wall of our studio and playing them for you. That's right, playing the actual vinyl records that have been in the WTBR archives for decades. Now, each record in our collection has a catalog number listed on it, and this coincides with the order in which it was received by the WTBR DJs. Its first two digits represent the year it came in, and the remaining 3 or 4 digits will tell you what order they received the LP. Now tonight, all of our LPs will start with the number 81, because we're going back to the year 1981, and we're going to start with an artist named Dave Edmunds, one of those artists you've probably heard around the periphery of rock music, been around for a long time. And as a matter of fact, he was one of the only artists signed to the Swan Song label of Led Zeppelin. And the album we're going to listen to tonight is an album called Twangin', which was his last album on, I believe it was on Swan Song Records from 1981. And I like on the back, it even says Dave Edmunds with instrumental accompaniment. Well, that describes most music, unfortunately. So we're going to listen to a song. Now, Dave Edmunds had a song in 1970, had a number one single over the UK called I Hear You Knockin'. Now, this album from 1981 was not as popular. The album hit number 48 in the US and hit number 37 in the UK. The single did okay. It hit number 18 on the US mainstream rock chart. It's a song called Almost Saturday Night. So here is Dave Edmunds right now on Random Draw.
Outside my window, I can hear the radio, and I know that motor wagon is ready to fly. 'Cause it's almost Saturday night, bye-bye tomorrow. Judge's gone to the rodeo, and you know some good old boys getting ready to ride.
WTBR.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Spanish boys will greet you with that old obscene refrain. The sadness of 1,000 waiting window panes. Gypsy boys will beat you at your unfamiliar game, while the whore on the corner drags that same old ball and chain. They make better lovers, so I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole. They don't come easy, but they're worth the time. And if you please me, maybe I'll let you be mine. Latin boys are easy. They'll touch you with their eyes, handle you the way they need without disguise. Gypsy boys will fool you into global compromise, while occasional candy keeps your belly satisfied. They make better lovers, so I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole. They don't come easy, but they're worth the time. And if you please me, maybe I'll let you be mine. They say they only hurt you because they're hurting themselves, and they don't mean to dry up all your wishing wells. They say you should be truthful, but you know sometimes they lie. And though it isn't meant to, it still tears me up inside. They make better lovers, so I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole. They don't come easy, but they're worth the time. And if you please me, maybe I'll let you be mine. So I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole. They don't come easy, so I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole.
Janice Ian with Under the Covers. Before that, we heard David Johansen and his song Here Comes the Night. And we started the show off today with Dave Edmunds and his single Almost Saturday Night. Now, David Jansen is a guy who's led sort of many lives. If you were a fan of Johansen's in the 70s, you probably know him best as a member of the seminal punk band The New York Dolls out of CBGB's. If you were a fan of him in the 80s or 90s, you probably knew him as his alter ego Buster Poindexter and his hit songs Hot, 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 you know, the big hairdo and the suit and everything else that he would wear. He's also an actor, appeared in movies like Scrooged and a few other things like that. So it's definitely a guy who's gotten around in the music and Hollywood industry. Now, in 1981, he was releasing his fourth solo album called Here Comes the Night, catalog number 81-350, and that was the first single off the album that I played for you, the title track, Here Comes the Night. The album was produced by Blondie Chaplin, who you may know as a member of the Beach Boys and who was the singer on their hit single, Sail On Sailor. That was David Johansen with Here Comes the Night. And we closed up that set with Janice Ian and her song Under the Covers. Now, this single was taken from the 12th album of hers called Restless Eyes, released on Columbia Records, catalog number 81-355. It was kind of a return to the charts for her. She obviously had a number one single many years before with a song at 17. And, she got back on the charts. The album reached number 156, and that single went all the way up to number 71 in the U.S. So not a huge hit, but again, back on the charts for someone who hadn't been there in a few years. Great voice, though, that she has. That was Janice Ian with Under the Covers. All right, now we're going to go a little down under now in the next set of music. We're going to start off with a group from New Zealand, and that's Split Ends. It's a song I probably have played before on the show. It's one of my favorite songs of theirs. It's off of their 1981 album. It was their seventh album. It's called Waiaiata. It sounds like I'm swearing at you, but it's not. It's actually a Maori word for song. And the album reached number 45 in the U.S., one of their biggest hit albums here in the States. Of course, it hit number one down there in New Zealand and Australia. I'm going to play for you the single, like I said, History Never Repeats, which hit number 5 down in New Zealand and number 4 in Australia. I'll always remember it as a song that Pearl Jam covered and released on one of their Christmas singles. That's sort of where I got into Split Ends, was through Pearl Jam. Also, I got into them through Crowded House because the guitarist and vocalist in Split Ends is Neil Finn, who was the singer and guitarist for Crowded House. Later on, I got to see him in concert because he became the guitarist in the most recent iteration of Fleetwood Mac, sort of one of the two guys replacing Lindsey Buckingham, him and Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. They both perform with Fleetwood Mac live on stage now. So let's go back to 1981 with Split Ends and their song History Never Repeats right now on Random Draw.
History never repeats. I tell myself before I go to sleep. Don't say the words you might regret. I lost before, you know I can't forget. There was a girl I used to know. She dealt my love a savage blow. I was so young, too blind to see. But anyway, that's history. I say history never repeats. I tell myself before I go to sleep. Don't say the words you might regret. I lost before, you know I can't forget. You say I always play the fool. I can't go on if that's the rule. Better to jump than hesitate. I need a change and I can't wait. History never repeats. I tell myself before I go to sleep. And there's a light shining in the dark, leading me on towards a change of heart. History never repeats. Deep in the night, it's all so clear. I lie awake with great ideas, lurking about in no man's land. I think at last I understand. History never repeats. I tell myself before I go to sleep. And there's a light shining in the dark, leading me on towards a change of heart. Never repeat. Never repeat. Tips for teens. Wake up to music and say you're too sick to go to work. Soon you will lose all your sits. Tights where there's no longer fit. Jet setters will make their pitch. I told you so. I told you so. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see in magazines. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see on TV screens. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. Don't eat that ice cream. Is it vanilla? Give it to me. Don't eat that pastry. What's in the middle? Give it to me. Don't eat that burger. Has it got mayonnaise? Give it to me. Keep that mystique up and we're a D-cup no matter what. Don't need no curry before a very important date. Do I look so knowing and old and wise? Maybe it's those stacked wrong ties. How come you keep asking me for tips for teens? For tips for teens. Crash bam, now you're looking good. Tip top, now you're feeling good. Once more, here's your aunt Maureen. Don't you feel good? Don't you feel good? Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see in magazines. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see on TV screens. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see in magazines. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see on TV screens. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see in magazines. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see on TV screens. Tips for teens. Tips for teens. The kind you don't see in magazines.
Hello, I'm Giuseppe. I got something special for you. Ready? Uno, due, tre, quattro. When I was a boy, just about the 8th grade, Mama used to say, don't stay out late with the bad boys. Always shoot the pool. Giuseppe going to flunk a school. Boy, it make me sick. All the thing I gotta do. I can't get no kicks. I always got to follow rules. Boy, it make me sick just to make the lousy bucks. Got to feel like a fool. And the mama used to say all the time, what's the matter you? Hey, gotta no respect. What do you think you do? Why you look so sad? It's not so bad. It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up your face. That's my mom, I can remember. Big accordion solo. Play that thing. Really nice, really nice. But soon there come a day, gonna be a big star. Then they make a TV shows and the movies. Get myself a new car, but still I be myself. I don't want it to change a thing. Still a dance and a sing. I think about the mama, she used to say, what's the matter you? Hey, God no respect. What do you think you do? Why you look so sad? It's not so bad. It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up your face. Mama, she said it all of the time. What's the matter you? Hey, God no respect. What do you think you do? Why you look so sad? It's not so bad. It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up your face. That's my mom. Hello, everybody. That's out there on the radio and the TV land. Did you know I had the big hit the song in Italy with this? Shut up your face. I sing this song, all of my fans applaud, they clap their hands. But to make me feel so good. You ought to learn that this song, it's real simple. See, I sing what's the matter you? You sing, hey, then I sing it the rest. And then at the end, we can all sing, ah, shut up your face. Okay, let's try it, really. Uno, due, tre, quattro. What's the matter you? Hey, got no respect. Hey, what do you think you do? Hey, why you look so sad? Hey, it's not so bad. Hey, it's a nicer place. Ah, shut up your face. That's great. We can do the better this time. I bet. Hey, what's the matter you? Hey, got no respect. Hey, what do you think you do? Hey, why you look so sad? Hey, it's not so bad. Hey, it's a nicer place. Ah, shut up your face. Okay, one time for mama, everybody. What's the matter you? Hey, got no respect. Hey, what do you think you do? Hey, why you look so sad? Hey, it's not so bad. Hey, it's a nicer place. Ah, shut up your face.
The classic Shut Up You Face from Joe Dolce. Before that, we heard Sparks with their song Tips for Teens. And we started off that eclectic set of music with Split Ends and their song History Never Repeats. Now, Sparks is an LA group made up of a couple brothers, the Male Brothers, and I've played them a lot of times on this show. I think we seem to have every Sparks album in our collection. It's been some interesting stuff, and like I said, I've said in past shows they were a subject of a recent documentary directed by Edgar Wright, the guy who did the Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead movies over in England. Now, this was their 10th album they were releasing in 1981. It was a great name for an album called Womp That Sucker. And it was on RCA Records catalog number 81-399. And the album was able to reach number 182 over here in America, and it was produced by a guy named Mac. He was part of, I think, Giorgio Moroder's camp. Now, Mac had just finished producing Queen's album The Game a year earlier, so he was kind of hot with the artist in there. So there you go. There's Tips for Teens by Sparks. And we finished up those, like I said, eclectic set of music with Shut Up You Face by Joe Dolce, and the group actually Joe Dolce Music Theater, featuring Lynn Van Heck, off of the self-titled album there of, the titled song that we heard, Shut Up You Face. That's also the name of the album. And again, 6-year-old me thought that was the height of music right about there, because it was a fun song to sing along with. Now, he's actually from Ohio, Joe Dolce, and he moved to Australia and began releasing music down there. And this song became a number 1 single down in Australia. And in 1981, actually, it became the biggest selling single in Australia up to that time. Now, of course, it's been beaten out by many other more current songs. But at the time, this was the biggest song in Australian history at the time of 1981. It also peaked number 53 here in the States. So, you can't go wrong with that, I guess. You can't go wrong with numbers. That's pretty much the only song that he's known for here in America. And it's a great song. It's one of those songs that hit the pop charts, but also can be played on Dr. Demento's show. It's probably where I heard it for many, many years after that. So again, that was Joe Dolce with Shut Up You Face. All right, we're going to take a short break right now on Random Draw. We'll be back in just a few moments with some more great random music from the year 1981. So stay tuned.
Whoa, what exactly is happening here?
89.7 WTBR-FM Pittsfield.
Hello, Phil Tierney here, the host of Berkshire Jazz, where I play all the young tigers and old lions of jazz every Saturday evening from 8 to 10 on WTBR 89.7, Pittsfield Community Radio. Join me Saturday at 8. And if you know someone who likes and enjoys this great American classical music, tell them about us. Spread the word. Jazz is alive and well on WTBR 89.7. Thanks for listening.
PCTV Select is now available on so many platforms. You can get it with any device you have available, all free to download and use. If you're watching at home, use your Roku, Amazon, Fire TV, or Apple TV device, or even your computer, and see programming in full HD quality. Watching on the go? Download PCTV Select from the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store for your smartphone. It's that easy and free. PCTV Select is everywhere you need to be.
Every Sunday night at 10 p.m., something strange happens to the airwaves of WTBR-FM. It's called The Mix. It is an experience like no other on this part of the planet. Witness a collection of fresh and classic beats that are guaranteed to make you move. The best part is, it is mixed completely live, uncut, unedited. So, for an exciting end to the weekend, tune your radio to WTBR-FM Sunday nights from 10 to midnight for The Mix.
Hey, it's Sean from WTBR-FM. Whether you just found this station for the first time or you've been listening for years, you might not know everything about WTBR-FM. Want to find out more? It's easy. Just go to WTBR-FM.com. You can find full programming schedules, listen to the station anywhere in the world, subscribe to our podcasts, and even learn to create a program of your own. And of course, donate to the station. That's WTBR-FM.com. Check it out today.
Now, streaming live on the web, WTBR-FM.com.
WTBR.
Hey, bada, swing, bada. Hey, bada, swing, bada. Kennedy, swing, bada.
And we are back here on Random Draw, and I'm your host, David Cachet, and today we're listening to songs from the year 1981. Now remember to subscribe to the podcast of Random Draw by visiting wherever you get podcasts, including Google, Apple Music, etc., etc., etc. You can also visit our station's website for more information at WTBR-FM.com. While you're on that website, you can look at the schedule of all the great programming here at WTBR. You can get all of their podcasts downloaded to your little podcast machine. And there's also a button right there on the page that says donate, and we'd more than appreciate anything you can give. That'll help us keep the lights on here at your community radio station, WTBR-FM. All right, let's jump back into the music, and we're going to lighten things up a little bit. We're going to start with a local singer-songwriter named Arlo Guthrie. I'm sure you've all heard of him here in the Berkshires. And in 1981, he was putting out an album on Warner Brothers Record called Power of Love, catalog number 81-336 here at WTBR. It's got a bunch of songs written by Guthrie and some of his friends. There's a song on here co-written by David Grover. There's some songs written by the Ides, Stephen and Carol Ide. I believe I worked with her down in Southern Berkshire Regional School District. So it's got some great artists on here. You got Ricky Lee Jones on the album. You got Leah Kunkel. You got Phil Everly. And we're going to listen to one of the tracks from the album. It's a song called Oklahoma Nights. So here is Arlo Guthrie with his song Oklahoma Nights right now on Random Draw.
Put the top down on this old Mustang. Buy us a bottle of wine. Head up north to see the old gang. I wanna see some friends of mine. I wanna see some friends of mine. True loving people whose hearts are kind. Find that little town that's in the back of my mind. Oklahoma night, I will never forget you. Oklahoma, the wind comes sweeping through a sky full of lights, while he's singing of an endless flight. Put lamp in the window, lead me back to those Oklahoma nights. Oklahoma nights. When we get back to the old barn dance, we'll hear that rockabilly band singing about some long-lost romance, and we'll know we're home again. Yes, we'll know we're home again. with panhandle people who understand. Dry a little tear from the back of my hand. Oklahoma night, I will never forget you. Oklahoma, the wind comes sweeping through a sky full of lights, while he's singing of an endless flight. Put the lamp in the window, mama, turn it up bright. Lead me back to those Oklahoma nights. Oklahoma nights. Oklahoma nights.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Underneath the silver moon, the moment never comes too soon. Waiting on a stranger's glance, he never even has a chance. 'Cause somewhere in the darkest night, hidden from the keenest sight, just watching for the slightest move, he knows just what he's got to do. He's the dark of the moon, a hard, hard breaker, and a devil they call Widowmaker. Veil of darkness, veil of light, cover him through all the nights. Witches ring around the moon, another soul is leaving soon. 'Cause silently waits alone for someone he has never known, holding in a tight embrace, something that no man can face. He's the dark of the moon, a hard, hard breaker, and a devil they call Widowmaker.
I really wanna show you. I really wanna know. Yes, I wanna know you. Yes, I really wanna show you the way I feel. I really wanna know you. I really wanna show you the way I feel. I really wanna know you. Yes, I really wanna show you the way I feel. I really wanna know you.
That was the Dreamweaver himself, Gary Wright, with his song Really Wanna Know You. Before that, we heard Poco and their song Widowmaker. And we started off the second half of the show with local boy Earlo Guthrie and his song Oklahoma Nights. Now, Poco is a group I always think of in relation to the Eagles. They always seem to have a bass player that goes into the Eagle. Their founding bass player, Randy Meisner, left the Poco to go form the Eagles. He was replaced by Timothy B. Schmidt in Poco. When Randy left the Eagles, they filled in his slot with Timothy B. Schmidt of Poco. Now, in 1981, the group Poco was putting out their 13th album. It was an album called Blue and Gray on MCA Records. And the album rose number 76 in the U.S., and that song I played for you, Widowmaker, hit number 33 on the mainstream rock charts. It's actually kind of a themed album to it. It's kind of a theme about the Civil War. It's got some songs on there like Glory Bound and Down on the River Again and Widowmaker, of course, and Land of Glory. So it's kind of got a Civil War theme to it. Not that I've listened to the entire album, obviously. But that, again, was Poco with Widowmaker. And we closed with that set of music with Gary Wright and his song Really Want to Know You. It was off of his album, and it was the 7th album he released in 1981 called The Right Place on Warner Brothers Records, catalog number 81-335. That single hit number 16 on the charts, and it was his last top 40 hit in the U.S. Now, the album itself reached number 79 and was one of the last charting successes for Gary Wright, who unfortunately we lost this year in the year 2023. One of the many musicians, unfortunately, we lost this year. So you may be hearing him again during my wrap-up show at the end of the year of all the great musicians that we lost during the year. Hate to end that part on a bummer, but there you go. That's Gary Wright and his song Really Want to Know You. All right, we got time for another set of some great random tunes. And we're going to start with a live track, and it's by a guy named Donnie Iris. Now, Donnie Iris is a singer-songwriter. He was a member of the group The Jaggers, who had a song called The Rapper that kind of hit big. And after he left The Jaggers, he joined up with a group called Wild Cherry. This was the group that had the hit single Play That Funky Music, White Boy. He joined after they had that hit single, so it was kind of on the downturn of Wild Cherry's career. And then he went solo. And so in 1981, his record label, MCA Records, part of also Carousel Records, sort of its subsidiary, was putting out a live EP called Donnie Iris Live. Said it was recorded the day after April Fool's Day, 1981, at the Paradise in Boston, Massachusetts. It's a 6-song EP, and we're going to listen to one track on here, one of his biggest solo hits called Aaliyah, which hit number 29 in the U.S. in 1980 when it was originally released as a studio single. So here's a live track of Aaliyah by Donnie Iris right now on Random Draw.
Looking better than a body has a right to. about your Madison shoes. We got a thing we call the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues, baby. Rock away your blues. Whoa, yeah. Lindsay Lou. She told me she loved me, but I know it ain't true. Put on your Madison shoes. Put on your Madison Blues shoes. I got the Madison Blues. Now put on your Madison Blues shoes. Oh, yeah. About your Madison shoes. We're doing a thing we call the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues, baby. Rock away your blues. About your Madison shoes. We got a thing we call the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues. We do the Madison Blues, baby. Rock away your blues.
Duran with Girls on Film. Before that, we heard George Thorogood and his song Madison Blues. And we opened up this final set of music with Donnie Iris and a live version of his song, Ah, Leah. That one's always tough to pronounce in person because on the record it's spelled A-H, exclamation point, Leah, exclamation point. Like you just discovered someone named Leah by surprise. Ah, Leah. But I guess it's Ah, Leah. You heard on the song. All right, so George Thorogood, of course, is a classic blues man who's been around for many, many decades now. And that song, if you're a Thorogood fan, you obviously know it wasn't released in 1981, Madison Blues. It was actually released in 1977 off of his debut album, George Thorogood and the Destroyers. But it appeared on a 1981 compilation album called The Rounder Sampler, catalog number 81-378 here at WTBR. And it features a bunch of artists from the Rounder Records artist roster of some artists they have. Now, Rounder Records is sort of an American roots label, founded right in Massachusetts in Somerville. They had on this sampler, they had people like Loudon Wainwright and NRBQ and George Thorogood and John Hammond and stuff like that. They've, of course, become famous later on for people like Mary Chapin Carpenter, Alison Krauss. A few years ago, they were the label that released Raising Sand, the Robert Plant, Alison Krauss album that won the Grammy for Best Album of the Year. But in 1981, they were just putting out some of their great stuff that they had on their track, and that was one of the great tracks, George Thorogood's Madison Blues. And then we closed up the show with Duran Duran, who was putting out their debut album in 1981, their self-titled Duran Duran album on Harvest Records, catalog number 81-362. Now, the album hit number 10 in the U.S. That mainly hit number 10 probably after Rio came out a year or so later and became a much bigger success. And so all the other albums, which was their debut album, got big off of that. Now, that song hit number 5 in the UK when it came out. Didn't chart in the U.S., but again, after Rio, everything changed for Duran Duran. So that was Duran Duran with Girls on Film. That wraps it up for us here at Random Draw. If you'd like to learn more about WTBR or even have an idea for your own show, please visit our website at WTBR-FM.com. So until next time on Random Draw, I've been your host, David Cachet. We'll see you later.